So, why did you decide to choose fashion designing as a career?
So I actually don't study fashion design. I actually study textile design at Manchester Met. And I feel like one of the things that I've been actually struggling with through like my study in doing textiles is that I've always found it very difficult to like realise my ideas as like finished products or outcomes. So I felt that like as I'm coming into my last year at uni, in my third year, I wanted to find something that would mean that I'd be able to kind of work on my skills in being able to develop my sampling and my fabrics that I'd created into a fashion-based format. And I was approached by the FTC on Instagram, and I have to actually do a live brief as part of my syllabus for this unit of work, so it kind of just went in together. But I think the reason why I want to go into the fashion industry is because I feel that there are lots of issues and problems that need to be addressed in the use of materials, the way that consumers think, the way that consumers buy. I think that if we don't fix this through design, how is it going to be fixed really? And that's why I feel like with my skills in textiles, I want to be able to use fashion as a form of activism for those issues.
Okay. What, according to you, is a favourite part of being a fashion designer?
Someone asked me this earlier actually. I feel like one of my favourite bits is when everything just like comes together. So once the design's finished and you're able to like realise it in a way that, you know, a stylist wants to style your work and you get a photographer and you go on the photo shoot and the whole spectacle of the fashion industry, like that's what I really love, and the way that you're able to see, like with shows like recently, like the Dior one with this massive room and this huge like spectacle, this space kind of vibe, and it's all carried through like the whole way, and that idea of like creating a spectacle to make awareness but also to change perspective and to obviously present products. So that's one thing that I like about it, but I think that because of the route that I've taken, that's probably why I use fashion in that way rather than thinking about just the design or just the technical side.
Thank you. Who or what inspired your creations?
So I had done a project in my second year called Life on the Outskirts, which was an art council fund run by the Helen Story Foundation. Helen Story was a designer in the 90s, and because of several things that happened, like her business like dissolved, but she actually, by that happening, she was able to develop her own foundation where she worked with scientists to realise scientific discovery, and the project that I had done was sparking that kind of interest in environmental awareness and issues that I didn't really have before. It kind of just opened my mind into how design can be used to help others or help the world or change the future. So Helen's story is probably one of my biggest inspirations, and that's who I did my designer profile on as well. But you know, obviously as well, like the people like Alexander McQueen and Vivienne Westwood, obviously like they're going to be the names you go to. But I think that it's important to kind of try and identify like more niche kind of designers that are trying to fix problems via their practice rather than sell products because of their practice. And I think that for these issues to be related, there's got to be a balance between the two. So those are the kind of people that I'd say, but Helen's story is like the main inspiration.
What skills, according to you, are necessary for a successful fashion designer?
Well, I think that depends on the person really. It depends why you're designing as a person. I mean, a lot of my designs and work that I do, it comes from quite deep within. And I feel that the best designers are the ones that are able to pick those topics people don't want to talk about, you know, delve quite deep into their own psyche, and for them to be able to release that darkness, if you like, and use it in a productive manner. So I think that is what makes you into a good fashion designer or designer in general, really. But also in a way of just realising the topics and the issues that are happening now, so that you can work as relevant to those issues and how you can help and solve them through design.
Okay. What advice would you give to someone looking to pursue a career in fashion?
Well, the reason why I also wanted to do fashion is because a few years ago I met Henry Holland at a talk in Manchester, the Textiles Fair, And I was saying to him, I feel really boxed in by the fact that all I do is fabric. Like, I just want to realise my work in a product or in like some kind of, you know, able to combine two different styles that create something new that's better for the future.
Cool, thank you. And finally, how do you feel about what you've achieved today?
I'm just so proud that I came second, because honestly, like, the competition was really strong. And as I said, I don't do fashion design, I do textiles, and I do think that there is a problem in our industry with textile designers being swept under the carpet. And it makes me quite angry, because our industries rely on each other. And I think that for me to come here and be a textile designer and to come, you know, as a runner-up, I'm just so proud that I was able to do that for my specialism. Also, I've had some problems in my personal life that I've been dealing with in recent times. So for me, it's a personal achievement to prove to myself that you can work through those times, and it doesn't matter how bad things seem. There's always things to look forward to, or things to achieve and to strive for. So that's what I can do.
Cool. Thank you very much.